Take 1,452 and a half. Hey, y'all. This is Adrienne, owner of True Nails LLC. Welcome to my page. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, you watched my video the whole way through. Please do note that I am aware that you can not see everything of what I'm doing, but I promise you that the end result will be worth the wait. So here I have already um, shaped, like crispened up my shape on the nails. This is a medium length stiletto. So what I'm doing that you can't see is I'm using my sanding band on the e-file to buff the top of the nail. So that's what we're going to finish doing, and then we'll be on to the next step. Well, clearly I didn't start the video at the exact next step. But what I'm doing is to build strength and durability to my personal nails because I don't use monomer. I have a lot of acrylics, but I don't use monomer because of the smell. And I do know that there are a lot of things that, drops and such that you can reduce the smell. But since, I stopped going to nail shops, I just can't tolerate the smell. It gives me a really bad headache. So the alternative that I learned on YouTube is that you can use a base coat, any base coat you have. It doesn't have to be top of the line, any base coat you have, and then you just dip it in some acrylic, and I do that process 2 times. So I believe on this that I've done it once already, it looks like. So that's going to get popped. So between layers, though, you do the first base coat and you dip it, and then you have to cure it. And then you go in and you do the same thing again. Base coat, dip it, cure it. So now you can see that we are on to the second layer of the base coat and dip, because that thumb right there, you see it's a little bit darker. It has a little more coating on it than the other nails. This one right here is finished. It has the 2 layers of base coat and dip, and then that one's already been buffed, and I clean up the shape again because sometimes, and you got to be really careful with the layer of the base. You don't want it to be too thick because it will cause like clumps in your nail, and then that's just more work than you want to do, than I want to do. So I'm gonna proceed with that, and then we'll be on to the next step. So here I went ahead and forwarded us to the last little pinky nail to make sure we get it buffed out, make sure the shape is looking nice the way we want it, and then the next step is going to be adding the base coat. We're not dipping it again. We're just adding base coat to it after we clean them up, right? Make sure you brush all the little dusties off. I like to even give my desk a little wipe down because it bugs me to no end to have dusties or little pieces of lint in the polish, especially when you're using a nude base color, right? You don't want to have all that nonsense because I personally won't they won't be going up for sale because if I wouldn't wear them, I'm not going to sell them. So I'm going in here with the Model Ones 4-in-1. You can use this one to cure on your gel extensions. It's a 4-in-1, so you can use it for multiple purposes. So again, I went ahead and cut us through to the pinky, went ahead and got that all covered nicely. That was actually the second hand. So the one I just took out, that one's dry. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first coat of the base color. And it's a really pretty nude. I'll make sure I add all the numbers of the colors into the description down below. But all the colors I'm using are from Nail Gang. They had a sale going on not too long ago. It was, I think, 60 colors, including a matte top coat, a glossy top coat, and the base coat. And it was on sale for $99. If y'all didn't get that, you slept on that deal. But I got it. The packaging, everything was really pretty. The colors are super duper pigmented. It's a nice viscosity. It's not too runny, but not too thick. So it's pretty easy to manipulate, especially for nail art. Um, So I'm not sure what color this is. It's one of their many nude colors though. And I like it. I actually use this one a lot. I'm hoping they sell it individually because I'm sure I'm gonna have to replace it. I like this base color a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and get that first coat done and then we'll be on to the next step. I went ahead and just finished that that first coat because you couldn't see none of what I was doing anyway. But here's what it looks like. We're gonna go in and do the second coat. And you see how nicely it's coated already. So if I didn't want to, I really probably wouldn't have to do a second coat. But again, I'm always striving for perfection. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a second coat on here because you can kind of see the little blue sticky tabs that I have holding my nails onto the nail stand. And we don't want to see that. So we're gonna go ahead and go through and do all these with a second coat. So the ones I just took out is done with the second coat, and those are dry. So see Nail Gang. They don't have names, but this one is color 50. It's super pretty. Again, I use this I've used this color on quite a few sets already. So we're done with that, and then I'm gonna go on with Mia Secret Blooming Gel. When I first started using this, I'm very heavy-handed anyway, so baby, when I tell you I overused, that thing was just falling off the sides. It was all bad. But anyway, we've gotten much better with the blooming gel. So right here, I'm laying out two of the purples. I'll list the numbers to these colors down below. But ever since I got these, I've only been using these colors. That's how much I like them. So we're gonna go in with you guys, I'm honestly so sorry, but I promise you I'm gonna get better. But I think you can see when I'm doing the design portion of it. But I'm gonna go in and with the blooming gel, you only do one coat. You do not want to cure it after you do it because that's your foundation to lay your polish down to get it to bloom. So I'm going in with this striper brush from Nails by Nicole J. Ever since I bought these brushes, they're the only ones I use. I'll put her, I'll link her down below as well. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna use the same brush, I'm not gonna clean it in between because they're both purple, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna alternate the dark and then the light and then the darker one and then the lighter one. So hopefully you guys can see me as I do it and then you'll see what I mean. So far, no good. Can't see it. Oh, I'm doing the blooming gel. So hopefully bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Here we go. So you see how we did the light, the dark, the light, the dark, and it kind of swirls through with a little bit of the last color on the brush. So once it's done, you'll see how I did the design. I liked it because it gives you a pop of color on each nail without, some people don't want to do all that. Some people just want, a little bit of discreet color or, a little bit of whoop wop here and there. So this is a simpler set, but it's still really pretty. So here I'm just dropping the two different pinks I'm going to use on the palette, and then we'll get on to the pink. So I use purple, I use pink, I know I used blue, but as we go on, you'll see the colors I used. So I'm gonna just show y'all the colors as I put them on the nail palette or the color palette, I'm sorry, because you can't see none of when I'm putting the designs on the nail, of when I'm putting the colors on the nails. So I'm gonna just show you the colors and then at the end, you'll see the result. So I'm using two of the yellows. One is a little bit darker. So one is actually a little bit more like a rust, like a light rust, or a little bit orange to it, but it's still really pretty, and the end result comes out nice. Our next color is green. Again, using one lighter, one darker. So I just went through and did all the nails, and I'm gonna top coat them with my absolute favorite top coat, and that's Poochie's. I haven't invested in a lot of different top coats or like, supposed like higher end brands, but I invested in hers pretty early on when I started doing my own nails and I love it. Absolutely love it. No cracking, no chipping, no peeling, no changing colors, none of that. So we're gonna top coat those. I did did a sneak peek in there because clearly you guys couldn't see it when I was doing them. But they came out really nice. I like the way the Bloomy Gel kind of spread it out a little bit. They're really pretty to me. Like I like this set a lot. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I know it was a little bit of a bumpy ride today, but if you stayed the duration of this video, I appreciate you so much. Just know that, okay? I cut this video down from 38 minutes to 13 minutes because I had to cut out so much of what you guys actually could not see, like this. I could have cut this out, but you can see the nails in the background, so that's primarily the reason I didn't. But you guys, thank you so much for staying and watching and visiting my page. It really does mean a lot because I'm just a little person in this big old social media pond. But I do appreciate it. And let me know what you think about the nail design. And I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm going to go ahead and let it play on now and show you guys the final result at the end. Take 1,452 and a half. Hey, y'all. This is Adrian, owner of True Nails LLC. Welcome to my page. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, you watch.